What is up, everybody, and welcome to another box review. Now, I'm going to be live streaming this box review, for the beginning portion of this live stream, I'm going to go share it out and everything like that, but if I remember to do so once the live stream is done, I'll put a timestamp in the description and the comment section down below for when I start reviewing all these cards for anybody watching this after the live stream is finished. Now, I'm going to go do my shenanigans and get things going, so we're going to go do this. I'm going to click that button, share out on Twitter. If it goes through... Late, my guy? Well, I had school. I'm not skipping school just for a box review. Also, Brad was going to upload his leak video a lot earlier, but he had some issues and complications with it. So, honestly, getting my stream out 30 minutes after his video's out, it's not that bad. Okay, so we have that posted right there. Welcome to everybody in the stream. What's up, Dude? Gaming, Luigi, Big D Plays, Santa Dragon, Rancid Fever, Flying High 9000, Ryan Lee, Chaser 7, Kuro, Santa Dragon, Solo's the name. Big D Plays, I already mentioned you. What's up, Teo Barocco? What's up, Jones? What's up, Kuro? Mark my word. What is up, everybody? What's up, Justin Hope? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everybody doing? I got back from school like about 40 minutes ago. And I would have liked to start the stream a little bit earlier, but it's all good. We're here now. We're out here doing our live box review, and I should probably get going on to today's stream. So I'm probably not going to talk to chat too much. So for everybody in the chat right now, if people ask later in this stream to, like, if I talked about which cards or whatever, just tell them that I'm, like, trying to get through the box reviews. So this is not a Duel Links channel. This is a Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution channel that covers Duel Links content. But yeah, we're going to get going on to this so we don't waste too much time and that the stream's not going to be too long. So let's get into epic box review. And if you guys are excited for today's box review, be sure to show your support by hitting that like button on the video down below and stuff like that. Let's get into it. And also, my day's been going pretty good. But if I didn't have school today, that would have been awesome because there's so much stuff I need to do. I'm a little bit stressed. Anyways, though, we're going to talk about the Lords of the Shining mini box. This box is going to be coming around April 30th or May 1st, depending on the time zone. Because, I mean, if we double check right here. Yeah. So there's only 30 days in April. Very cool. And yeah, let's just go into it. And the first UR in the main box UR that we're going to be talking about is the Elemental Hero. The Shining gets a level 8 Warrior Fusion. It takes 1 Elemental Hero monster plus 1 Light monster. Really good right away. The first combo, if I pulled the Shining, the first deck I'm going to combo it with is Miracle Fusion with the new Neo support. So I'm going to go find my Neo stack real quick because I think it's on Jaden. Let me go double check. Yeah, so with the new Neo support, as you guys know, well, we have a bunch of light monsters right here, so it's actually awesome that this new E-Hero card, also I need to remove the 2 Canadian, I only had that for a challenge. But yeah, what's really cool about like this new Elemental Hero card already is that it can combo very easily with the new Neo support that we got from the latest box, and yeah, so that's pretty cool right there. I like that. So comboing the Elemental Hero that's Shining with that is going to be super easy. This card must be Fusion Summoned. It cannot be Special Summoned by any other ways. This card gains 300 attack for each of your banished Elemental Hero monsters. Even more of a reason to combo with the Miracle Fusion. When this card is sent from the from the field to the graveyard, you can target up to 2 of your banished Elemental Hero monsters and add those targets to your hand. Like, this card is so good with the new Neo support. Oh my god. Like, yeah, the first thing I'm going to do is that once I pull a copy of the Shining, I'm instantly making a video. I'm just going to whip out my Silent Swords deck right here, and we're gonna make the Shining happen. I'm probably gonna drop like these Aqua Neoses because Aqua Neos isn't really that good for this build. So expect that video comes out if I pulled the Shining in my pack, or Konami's gonna cuck me and not give it to me. Who knows? We'll see what happens right there. But yeah, I like the Shining. I mean, hey, it's not like a broken card by any means, but it is really good hero support, especially that combos with the new Neo structure deck. So that's pretty cool. Next UR that's pretty interesting is this card called the Deep Grave. This is a trap normal card, and you target 1 monster in either player's graveyard. During your next standby phase, you can special summon it from the graveyard. So honestly, if you're going to utilize this card to its maximum potential, you're going to probably want to do this at the end phase of your opponent's turn. Simply because of the fact that, like, this is basically like a slow Monster Reborn that we can run 3 of. Because technically we can use Monster Reborn in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, but as most of you guys know, the only way to use Monster Reborn is through the EX Crystal or the extra card crystal. So that's not reliable for rank PP and stuff like that. So this is a nerfed version of Monster Reborn, but for what it's worth, it is kind of neat, and I'm curious if anybody's going to get some really spicy combos with the Deep Grave. So is that right there. But yeah, I'm going to try to want to use this during the end phase of your opponent's turn. Sadly, though, this card will not help you out that much against 6 Sams. Now thinking about it, like, this just dawns to me that Xian's still going to be able to easily negate the Deep Grave, which is a problem right there. But other than that, if you could pop off this card, just activate it during your opponent's end phase, choose one of the monsters, and then during your standby phase, which is literally going to happen, and special summon that monster from the graveyard. So I could see the Deep Grave seeing some play, but at the same time, 6 Sams can definitely demolish this if they really want to. BLS with the new trap? Interesting. I guess, yeah, because are we talking about, if I remember correctly, doesn't BLS have, like, a bunch of, like, trap cards and so that they use already to, like, send warrior monsters to the graveyard anyways? Blue Eyes could also work, too. Pretty interesting right there. I don't know. This card's kind of neat, though. Next card we're going to talk about is the White Stone of Ancients. So this is a card that I'm probably going to want to pull 3 of because this card's pretty cool. So White Stone of Ancients is a Dragon Tuner level 1. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your deck. You can banish this card from your graveyard and then target a Blue Eyes monster in your graveyard and add it back to your hand. You only can use this effective White Stone of the Ancients once per turn. So one thing, if I remember correctly of using this card, because I used to use this card a lot in the first Legacy of the Duelist game on the Xbox One because I played Blue Eyes White Dragon. I believe you can do this on either player's turn. It doesn't matter which end phase. So, for example, if you set White Stone Ancients and pass, your opponent destroys it on their end phase, you should be able to special summon a Blue Eyes if I remember correctly. But yeah, I mean, if you discard this card as a cost for a certain monster, boom, bada, bang, there you go. You get to special summon a Blue Eyes at the end of the turn, which is really nice. The fact that you can banish this card later and add a Blue Eyes monster back from your graveyard to your hand is really nice. This card has a lot of really good synergy. You can special summon Solid Dragon. Got it. Let me search up Solid Dragon real quick. Hold up. I doubt I have Solid Dragon, but I don't know if it would be able to. Oh, wait. Okay. I forgot Blue Eye Solid Dragon exists. I thought there was literally a card called Solid Dragon, and I was confused. But yeah, of course it could get Blue Eyes. It can get that one right there. I thought you were talking about something completely different. But yeah, that's pretty cool right there. I'm gonna try to pull maybe 1 to 2 copies of this card and maybe make a Blue Eyes build. At the same time, though, Blue Eyes White Dragon does not like me that much. Like, I remember when I got the Blue Eyes Structure Deck EX a long time ago. I remember that, like, that deck just wasn't a big fan of me. But it is cool. It is pretty cool right there. And also one thing that I am curious about, so the fact that White Stone of Ancients got announced for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, I am very curious if we're going to get the Black Stone of Legend, because if we scroll down, here's a little bit spoiler for my next leak video. One of the things that got leaked is literally just this text file right here, Structure Deck Red Eyes Fusion and the Return of Red. I'm going to talk about this a little bit more, but it would be really cool if we got the Black Stone of Legend from this Structure Deck when this does drop. That'd be really cool. I'd actually be really happy about that. And we also have the Matt Sleeves Return of the Red Eyes. That's pretty neat. But yeah, if we can get the Blackstone Legend, that'd be pretty sick from that structure deck. And actually, I could probably look up right there. Yu-Gi-Oh! Red Stone of Legend. And we can go to the fandom, because this card's pretty neat. Like, this card is not in the mini box. I just wanted to mention it because the fact that the other Legend, Blue Eyes Legend cards in the next mini box, I have a feeling that this card could possibly be in the structure deck. Tribute this card, special summon a Red Eyes, a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck, except Red Eye Chick. If this card's in your graveyard, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Red Eyes monster. And then if you do add this to your hand, like, this card's pretty neat. Like, I won't talk about this too much because it's not from the newest box, but I feel like that could be a possibility since they added the White Stone Legend into this mini box. That'd be pretty cool. It's nerf or nothing. So there's that right there. But yeah, that's all the URs right there. Honestly, I do like all these 3 URs. I think all these 3 UR cards have potentials for certain decks. Probably not going to be able to take out 6 Samurai, sadly, but for what it's worth, I think these cards are pretty cool, and pulling any of these cards could be useful depending on what player you are. I'd be happy if I pull all 3 of these in my pack opening. That's for sure. Now let's go talk about the brand new SR cards in this thing. Yo, Decade streaming? That's cool. Next up, we're going to be talking about Darklord Ixchiel. I don't know how to pronounce that, but this is a Dark level 10 fairy with the effect. You can discard this card and 1 Darklord card, draw 2 cards. So that's technically a -0 because you're using 2 cards to draw 2 cards, but I'm guessing with these Dark Lords, they have graveyard synergy. I don't know. Anyways, though, quick effect, you can pay 1,000 life points, target a Dark Lord spell tracker in your graveyard, apply the target's effect, and shovel that target into the deck. You only can use the effect of this card once per turn, and you only can special summon a Dark Lord Ixchiel once per turn. So that is kind of interesting. Now, I've never played Dark Lords before. This is a new archetype that I've never seen before, and do we even have any Dark Lord cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links? I'm not too sure. Or, like, already in the game. I guess we can go take a quick look at that. Let me go to the card catalog for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Let's go to the card catalogs. I do not know if I have any of them. Yeah, Darklord. Darklord, or is Darklord an all-new archetype? Technically, we already got Darklord cards. Let's go, baby. Darklord Marie support! Thank you, Konami, for the Darklord Marie support. Insane of Konami for doing that for us. But pretty much, Darklords are a whole new archetype for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So that's kind of neat right there. And we also have another Darklord card right here. Darklord Super Blah. This is a level 8 fairy effect. Once card special summon from the graveyard, you can target a fairy type monster in your graveyard except Darklord Super and special summon that target. This is kind of smelling to me that this might be a new OTK deck. I'm not too sure yet, but with this... I'm not too sure yet. I'm not sure which combo is here yet, but I feel like there's probably going to be some sort of OTK deck coming soon. This might be like the replacement for hires in a sense, where maybe this is going to be a deck that's going to be able to spam out on the board. Because, I mean, this card's effective. If it's special summon from the graveyard, you target a fairy type monster in your graveyard and except Super Blonde special summon that. So, I don't know. If you're able to pop off this one right here, get Super Blonde on the field, special summon both of them, that'd be pretty interesting. And due to the fact that these monsters have such a high attack, maybe Beatdown would be a good combo right there. But still, we need to see the other Darklord cards in this box to see how easy it is going to be to special summon them from the graveyard. But this is smelling to me like the new for hires in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. It can be special summoned from the new Wiretap. Ooh, you right? Still, I hope there's a faster way to do it. I hope there's a much faster way to do it, but you are correct. Deep Grave would be a good way to special summon from the graveyard with the Darklords, but hopefully there's a faster way. So that's interesting right there. And then now we're going to be talking about Darklord Desire. This is an attribute Dark level 10 fairy effect. Why did Duel Links meta do that? This cannot be special summoned. You can tribute summon this card by tributing one fairy monster. Okay. Nice. Once per turn, you can target a monster opponent controls. This card loses its X 1000 attack, and if you do, send that target to the graveyard. Okay, this is alright. The only downside to it is that it cannot be special summoned, which kind of like loses the synergy with some of the other Darklord cards. But the fact that you can pay 1,000 attack points from this monster specifically and send your opponent's monster to the graveyard is really good. And now I'm not too sure about wording. I'm horrible at wording, but I think this is still a target effect. Even though it said send that target, I think it still just says target effect. So I think hazies are not going to be able to get affected by this. But just in general, though, this is a pretty neat thing. Oh yeah, actually, never mind, because it says you can target at the beginning of the text, because once per turn you can target. So this is still a target effect, but I don't know. It's kind of neat, though. Interesting card. What's up, Gustavo? Welcome to the stream. Is this card 4 cards, a constants effect, a card, or a cost? I don't know. I think it is a cost. Blue Eyes can still reach Cog, though. So is Blue Eyes still dead? Great job, Konami. I mean, I think technically any deck can reach Cog, especially late in the season. But yeah, I don't know. There's not much Blue Eyes support. Like, this Blue Eyes support isn't really that much, but I mean, it's still there, which is kind of neat. Next up, let's go talk about Evilswarm Moth. This is a attribute 6, a dark monster. This is a fiend with the effect. When this card is tribute summoned by tributing a Steel Swarm monster, you can pay 1,000 life. Why is it doing that, man? I don't know why it keeps lagging like that. Anyways, though, by tributing a Steel Swarm monster, you can pay 1,000 life points to target up to 2 cards your opponent controls. Return those targets to the hand. Okay, now, I know we have a ton of Steel Swarm cards and Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links already, but that was one of the decks that I wasn't really too interested in, so I'm not familiar with the archetype. But I mean, this is a 6-star monster, which is going to be at least a little bit easy to tribute summon into. And I think Steel Swarms have the capabilities of special summon anyways. So if you pay 1,000 life points, target 2 cards your opponent controls, return them to hand. That's alright. I think this is an alright card. I doubt Evilswarms are going to be top tier from this card alone. But I mean, it's cool that the archetype's getting support, and this is a pretty decent effect. Yeah, I agree, Itters. I do like this card. This Whitestone of Ancients card's pretty good. Good monster negation is kind of lacking right now. Being able to special summon Saw Dragon might be pretty good. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at Evilswarm, whatever this thing is. I'm not going to try to butcher that second part of the name. But anyway, so this is a Dark level 4 plant effect. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay. This is actually kind of good for a couple of reasons, because if your opponent has like 3 monsters on the field, you can automatically just summon this card right away, which is pretty cool. And also, if you have like 1 monster on the field, you can special summon this Evilswarm card too, and still like be able to special summon it even if you have 1 on the field if your opponent has like 2 or 3 monsters. So yeah, this is actually kind of a better target in certain situations. I like this card, and it also doesn't really restrict you that much anyways. So I think this Evilswarm card might be see some play in multiple tribute decks, special summon decks. Maybe this this is a hint for Xyz decks for September, because I mean a 4-star monster that's really good for rank 4 Xyz summoning if we get Xyz monsters in September. So it's good for synchro summoning, good for tribute summoning, possibly good for Xyz summoning if we get that in the near future. So yeah, I think this Evilswarm card is actually pretty good. What's worth in this box? I think this box is a mishmash of support, but Darklords are sounding pretty cool. I think Darklords might be the next for hires depending on the other Darklord cards from this box. But yeah, I think this Evilswarm card is pretty good. Next up, we're going to be taking a Celestial Wolf Lord Blue Citrus. This is a Dark 6-star Beast Warrior Synchro, and this is a generic Synchro with 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Gotta love seeing these generic Synchro monsters. When this card's on the field, is destroyed and sent in the graveyard. Target a monster opponent controls, loses 2400 attack. That's not that bad. That's not that bad of a fact. It could be worse. Yeah, I can see myself comboing this card with my Psychic Wielder deck, you know, because the Psychic Wielder is able to use that 3-star tuner monster plus another 3-star tuner monster, easily synchro summon into a card like this. So this card would be pretty good in the Psychic Wielder synchro deck, that's for sure. So this is just a generic 6-star monster, and if it gets destroyed and sent in the graveyard, you can target a face of monster opponent controls and loses 2400 attack. What's also nice about this effect too is that it doesn't specify it's destroyed by battle. So if your opponent like Treacherous Trap holds it or uses a different card's effect to get rid of this card, you're still able to activate its effect and make it lose 2400 attack. So that's a pretty good card. This is like not broken by any means, but I think this is a solid 6-star synchro monster that's generic, so I like it. Next up, we have some Lightsworn support, which is pretty cool. And this is a pretty decent Lightsworn monster. This is like Raikou or something like that. Lightsworn Hunter. This is a light level 2 Beast Flip monster. Flip, apply these effects simultaneously. You can destroy 1 card on the field, or you can send the top 3 cards from your deck to the graveyard. Hey, free super chat, I guess I'll use it on you. Thank you so much, Hunter, for the $2 super chat. If you have YouTube Premium, everybody, you can donate up to $2 of super chat to your favorite content creators. So everybody give some claps and just spam some emojis in the chat for the homie for that $2 super chat. I really appreciate it, my dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, Lightsworn Hunter, yeah, it's an alright card. This card is pretty tuckable in a lot of decks, but especially for Lightsworn decks, this is really good because you get to destroy a card after you flip this, and you get to send 3 cards from the top of your deck to your graveyard. So this is a great opening turn 1 card, which is really good, and it can start getting Lightsworns going. Or you can tech this in other decks that need to use the graveyard to order the pop off their effects. Maybe Lightsworn Hunter can be a pretty decent card to tech into these Darklord cards, considering that Darklords seem to have some special summon synergy from the graveyard. So yeah, I can see Lightsworn Hunter being used in the Darklord deck also, which is pretty cool. Be like Watt and get the chat hype. Yes. Thank you so much for the donation yet again. Next up, we're going to talk about a pretty cool SR card. This is called the Wiretap, and it is a counter trap card. When this card is activated, or when this trap card is activated, you can negate the activation, and if you do, shuffle that card into the deck. So while this card is an SR card, in certain situations, this is better than Dark Bribe. So as you guys know with Dark Bribe is also a counter trap where if a, I think, does it say spell and trap card though? Hold up, let me talk about the differences between Dark Bribe and Wiretap, because both of these cards are similar, and they have different benefits and negatives. So I think Dark Bribe. Okay, so the benefit of Dark Bribe is that you do, if your opponent's spell and trap card is activated, your opponent draws a card, you also negate it and destroy it. So Dark Bribe is able to negate both spell and trap cards though, but the downside is that your opponent draws a card, but luckily you can destroy the card. On the other hand, Wiretap is a lot different, but sometimes in certain situations this card is a little bit better. So this card, when a trap card is activated, you negate the activation and shuffle it back into your deck. So what's really nice about this is the fact that since you shuffle the card back into your deck, sure, your opponent can draw into that card again, but hopefully they draw into that trap card again instead of drawing into another combo piece in order to win the duel. So that's pretty decent right there, because you're stopping your opponent from drawing into the cards that they need to go for. At the same time though, it's not destruction effects, so they could possibly bring back that card and use it against you at some point later in the duel, which could be an issue right there. And then the also downside to this card is the fact that it doesn't negate spell cards, and spell cards have been pretty popular as of recent in this game. So in certain situations, Dark Bribe is better, but at the same time, I am kind of leaning towards Wiretap because it's just, you can stop your opponent from drawing into the combos, hopefully, and all that jazz right there. So I don't know, Wiretap's pretty cool. The R trap is called the Deep Grave. It's basically a nerfed monster reborn. Target a monster in your play's graveyard during the next standby phase, special summon it from the graveyard. It's a pretty cool card. Next up, let's go talk about some of this new X-saber support, which is pretty interesting that we got. This is another SR card. It's X-saber faultroll. This is an Earth level 6 warrior effect. It cannot be normal summon / set, and it must be special summoned from your hand by controlling 2 or more face-up X-saber monsters. You cannot special summon. This cannot be special summoned by any other ways. Once per turn, you can target a level 4 or lower X-saber monster and graveyard and special summon that target. Okay. So this is kind of like a Six Samurai, not like Shien, but wait, what was that Six Sam called? Oh, Shogun? I think it's like Six Sam Shogun in the sense. That's the vibes that I'm getting. It's Great Shogun Shien. There we go. So, I don't know. It's kind of reminded me of that right there. So, I don't know. That's kind of neat right there. What else would this card be kind of decent for? Yeah, I don't really know. It's just kind of just a Great Shogun Shien, and that's about it. And also, its second effect, where once per turn, you can target level 4 lower X-saber monster and graveyard special summon that target. That's kind of late game, but at the same time, though, X-sabers are a synchro summon deck, so you could get your 2 monsters out on the field. You can get your 200 X-saber monster, your other X-saber monster. And before you go for the Synchro Summon, you can Special Summon faultroll, Synchro Summon with your 2 monsters, and then use faultroll's effect to then Special Summon one of those Synchro materials from the graveyard. So I guess I could see that. This card might be decent for some potential OTK shenanigans, but will this card see some play? I don't really know, but it is kind of neat. He helps you go into most synchros. Yeah, that's what I would kind of assume. Wiretap plus Trap Stun equals no LP cost, which is better against burn decks. Yeah, that's actually true, especially for 4,000 life points in Duel Links. Burn decks are very annoying when it comes to that stuff. So yeah, that's a good thing right there. And actually, let me look up Trap Stun again, because I forgot what that card does exactly. Oh yeah. So yeah, negate all other trap effects on the field this turn. There's also Debunk. That was also kind of decent. When monster effects activate for the hand or graveyard. So yeah, you can. There's a lot of these counter traps. Maybe counter fairies are gonna make a comeback. Omegalol. Then again, counter fairies are never really a thing to begin with. Oof. Make a Mech Knight deck. Are you talking about in Legacy of the Duelist? Because I haven't got to the point in this box review where there's Mech Knights, so I don't know if that's the case. Now let's go into the next and last UR of today's box review. This is Sacred Archetype Parshath. Sorry for mispronouncing that. Nonetheless, though, it's a light level 9 fairy effect. If you activate a counter trap card, or if you negate the activation of a spell, trap card, or monster effect, except during the damage step, you can banish 2 other fairy monsters from your hand, field, and or graveyard, especially this card from the graveyard. Even if it was there when you negated, activated, negated, or hand, even if not. This card attacks a defense finished monster, inflict piercing damage. When this card inflicts a battle damage to your opponent, you can add a paralyzed card or counter trap card from your deck to your hand. Counter fairies? Are counter fairies actually going to be a thing? Because this is more counter fairy support, and also I believe this could come with the Darklords, considering that these Darklords are also fairies. So maybe you can tech in one of these cards into your Darklord deck if you want to. That could be a possibility. So yeah, pretty interesting. Overall, I'm kind of looking forward to this box. I like the URs. All the URs are pretty decent, and I do like these Darklord cards, but still, I'm curious to see if any of these other Darklord cards are going to be good support for the archetype, and because like I'm feeling like these Darklord cards are possibly the next for hires, but at the same time we need to read the other Darklord cards to see if they're going to be able to be easily spam out 3 monsters on the field and go for that spicy OTK. Now let's go into the rare cards in today's mini box. And also thank you guys so much for watching today's live stream. We're only 22 minutes in this live stream. We already have over 100 viewers in the live stream. I appreciate it so much. If you guys are enjoying the box reviews so far, be sure to go show your support by hitting that like button down below and subscribe to my channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh related content. I've been working on Legacy of the Duelist content, and I've been working on Duel Links content. So if that is interesting to you, be sure to subscribe. Sell out aside, let's go back into today's box review. Next up, we're going to be talking about Darklord Morningstar. This is a dark level 11 fairy effect. It cannot be special summoned. If this card is tribute summoned, you can special summon a Darklord monster from your hand and our deck up to the number of effect monsters your opponent controls. That is interesting right there. While controlling another Darklord monster, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Once per turn, you can send cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard equals the number of Darklord monsters on the field, and if you do, you gain 500 life points for each Darklord sent to the graveyard by this effect. This card is very interesting. So, first of all, I think the artwork's pretty badass of this card. I can barely see the artwork, but it looks really cool. But the only downside is that you're going to have to sacrifice 2 different Darklord monsters in order to summon it into Morningstar. Now, I have a feeling that this deck's going to be able to easily special summon with this archetype. You can probably combo like Evilswarm, this Evilswarm card too, because it is a dark monster, so that kind of like synchronizes with these Darklords a little bit. So you could probably use Evilswarm to help out for tribute summoning with this Morningstar. But yeah, you can't special summon Morningstar, which is kind of an issue. Not going to be easily to special summon, but it is a pretty cool card if you get it on the field, and there's a lot of advantage you can do. So I say this is an interesting card and possibly a tech 1 or 2 of into the Darklord deck. Next up, we got Darklord Anastin. This is a dark level 7 fairy effect. You can discard 2 other Darklord cards, special summon this card from hand. hand. There we go. This is what I'm thinking about. Okay, so this card is possibly going to be a 3-of right there by the effect where you can discard 2 other Darklord cards, especially some of this card immediately. That's where I'm going to feel like the combos are going to be starting with Natson, because you discard your Super Blah, you discard, like Exil, Super Blah, go into Natson, the combos are starting to get going. And you can special summon this card from your hand. Quick effect if you pay 1,000 life points. Target a Darklord spell and trap card in the graveyard. Apply that target's effect and then shuffle that target into the deck. You only can use the effect of this card once per turn. You only can special summon a Natson once per turn. This is what I'm talking about right here. I think this is kind of a card that's going to definitely be the starter to comboing with these this Darklord archetype, which is pretty interesting right there. So, yeah, I think this is probably going to be a 3-of. Ready for Xyz era? Dude, I feel like a lot of these cards are definitely for helping with the Xyz era. That's for sure. Next up, we're going to talk about Noble Knight Brothers. Some of you guys are probably going to be interested in this card because Noble Knights has been a pretty popular deck in Duel Links. Like, it hasn't been like the most highly competitive deck, but it's been a pretty popular deck with a lot of players. This is a 4-star Lights Warrior effect. This card can only attack if you control exactly 3 Noble Knight monsters, no other monsters. So I'm guessing this card also counts for it, considering we only have 3 zones anyways in Duel Links. So there you go right there. Once cards Noble Summon, you can special summon up to 2 Noble Knight monsters. Stop doing that Duel Links meta. You can special summon up to 2 Noble Knight monsters from your hand, and also you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except Noble Knight monsters. Once per turn, you can target 3 Noble Knight and Noble Arm cards in your graveyard, shuffle all 3 in the deck, and then draw a card. Interesting. So even though I don't play Noble Knights, I think this card's already good in the sense because of the fact with these Noble Knight cards is that the effects of the other Noble Knight cards are going to be able to trigger through a Noble Knight Brothers. Because if I remember correctly, don't they have that sort of synergy? Let me search up Noble Knight real quick. Noble Knight, though. Because where's that annoying one? Oh yeah, if a Noble Arm spell card is equipped to this card, target face up on the field and destroy that target. And then while equipped, which is the one? I don't remember which one like searches for a Noble Arms equipped card and equips it. This card's in the graveyard, equipped Noble target. I don't know, but I feel like that even though I'm not experienced with Noble Knights at all, I feel like this card is good in the sense, simply for the fact that you're able to get a bunch of Noble Knight cards, and then I'm guessing you just choose to, if you have that Noble Knight monster in your hand that can equip the Noble Knight cards to each other from its summon, that's pretty good right there. The UR. Anything good for the new box? I just woke up. A lot of the cards are interesting. I have a feeling, I'm not sure yet, but I have a feeling Darklord cards are going to probably be like the new for hires. And Noble Knight Brothers is pretty cool for Noble Knight players. And also we have some new Blue Eye support, some really good hero support that's going to combo well with the Neo Structure deck. And the Grave is like a nerfed version of Monster Reborn, so pretty interesting right there. Yeah, I don't know, any Noble Knight players, I'd probably recommend getting this card. I think it's pretty good. I had problems with getting more Assault Dogs from Treasure With, so they put them in the pack. So yeah, I don't know, it's pretty cool right there. Next up, we're gonna go talk about the Ignoble Knights of the High Last Stand. So looks like this is a Noble Knight Synchro, and this guy's backstory is looking pretty dark. Like, even though the screen is very small, maybe we can zoom in a little bit. I don't know, we can zoom in like just a little bit more. I'll have to go boom bada bang, but like this guy's dark story. Like this guy looks like he has like a very dark backstory, and I'm very curious in the lore of that card if it even exists. So that is pretty cool right there. Let me zoom in. Again, I didn't know I was that zoomed in the first place. Boom. Okay. Unless, though, this Ignoble Knight of whatever this thing's called. This is a warrior synchro. It takes 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner Noble Knight monsters. When this card is synchro, somebody can equip a Noble Knight's or Noble Arms equipped spell card from your deck to the hand. Wait. When this card is synchro summon, you can equip 1 Noble Arms equipped spell card from your deck to this card. Cool. At the end of the battle phase, if this card destroys a monster by balance in the graveyard, you can add. That was my bad. I dropped my water bottle. Omega lol. Sorry if I spooked anybody. Did I? Yeah, I think we're good. I don't think the stream got oofed. Yeah, we're good. Drop my bottle on my keyboard. Anyways, if this card is destroyed by a monster, if this destroys a monster by battle and sends to the graveyard, you can add a Noble Knight or Noble Arms card from your deck to your hand. You only control this Noble Knight card, or you only control one of these cards once per, or just only one of them on the field. 2100 attack, 900 defense. Interesting card right there. Is there a Noble Knight? Is there a Noble Knight Synchro monster? Because this is a 4-star right here. This is a 4-star card right here. Is there a Noble Knight 1-star? We have Lady of the Lake. Oh, okay. So this card isn't called a Noble Knight, but this is definitely the tuner for Noble Knights. And this is also another Noble Knight card. That's not a tuner though. So Lady of the Lake is probably going to be the tuner you're going to use the most with this Knight card right here. But I don't think... Huh. If only Lady of the Lake had the name Noble Knight in it so you can special summon it with Noble Knight Brothers. That would have been an easy way to get into it. Judgment Dragon. I called it. That's where I called that we're getting the Noble Knight Synchro. Well, good job, Bless. I don't remember you calling it out, but good job, my guy. Good job right there. Also, I need to shout out some of the subscribers. Thank you so much, Jerry and Jack Sniper, for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it, guys. If you're still in the stream, appreciate the subscribe, homies. Yeah, so I don't know, this card's pretty neat. I don't really have anything else to say about it. Like I said before, I'm not too experienced with Noble Knight monsters, but maybe I'll have to try out the archetype when this new box comes out. Should I sub? Nah, probably not, Yuto. You probably shouldn't sub. You should become a YouTube member instead. Big brain plays. Next up, though, we're going to be taking a look at Cursed Armaments. Yo, Can Frat, thank you so much for subscribing. Hope you enjoy my future streams and YouTube content. Now we have a new equip card right here, Spell Equip. The equip monster loses 600 attack for each monster you control. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, it can target a face-up monster opponent controls and equip it with this card. Okay, so I mean, with this card, since it's an equip spell, you can actually equip it to your opponent's side of the field, which is pretty interesting. And what's also really good about this is that when you destroy your opponent's monster with this card equipped to it, then you can use this card yet again to target a face-up monster opponent controls and equip it with this card. I actually could see this as a tech card to get some extra damage for an OTK, simply because of the fact that since it's an equip spell, you can equip it to your opponent's monster. That's actually kind of spicy. This Curse card is pretty neat, and this would help out a lot with OTK type of decks because, yeah, because you get a whole field of monsters. You get 3 monsters on the field, equip this to one of your opponent's monster. That monster instantly loses 2,400 attack. No, 1,800 attack. I did my math wrong. So it instantly loses 1,800 attack, so you have 3 monsters on the field. Then you destroy your opponent's monster only to equip this card again. That card is crazy. That card's going to stay until your opponent's board is empty. Yeah, this card is actually pretty sick. I like this card. I feel like there's going to be definitely some cheese wins from this right here. If they have the Sensei chick from the manga, She Is Fallen Angels, Darklords. Oh. Was that a manga character from the original Yu-Gi-Oh manga? Or from GX and the other stuff? Because as you know, they have been kind of following the manga. They've been following the manga route for Duel Links. For the Duel Monsters world, but then GX and 5Ds is following the anime. Next up, they'll also talk about the Darklord contract. Special summon Darklord monster from graveyard in defense position. You only can activate this card once per turn. There we go. This is a... Oh, yeah. If it's from the GX manga, that's not going to happen. Also, I think I actually know what you're talking about. Because I forgot her name, but yeah, I think I know what you're talking about now, thinking about it. But yeah, since it's from the GX manga, that's not going to happen. But yeah, Darklord contract. This card's actually going to be very helpful. You go with Natsun, discard your Darklord cards, and then go for a Darklord contract to special summon Super Blah, and then you use Super Blah to target a fairy type monster in your graveyard, except this card, special summon the target. What's also nice about Super Blah is that it also has a good amount of defense. So even if, sadly, with Darklord contract, summons them in defense position, but luckily the 2400 is pretty beefy when it comes to defense. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool that we have this card called Darklord contract, and also from the previous Darklord cards we talked about, they also had synergy with the spell and trap cards for Darklords. I'm gonna call it Super Blah. That's its name. Dude, it's Super Blah, dude. Let's get it, boys. That's a great name for the card. That's what we're going to change it to, is Super Blah. Next up, we're going to talk about the Sanctum of the Parshath, or whatever this is. It's a spell continuous. This card's name becomes Sanctuary of the Sky while in the field or in the graveyard. That's actually pretty good. Fairy monsters on the field gain 3 on attack and defense, and set spell and trap cards cannot be targeted by or destroyed by card effects. Once per turn, you can target a total of 3 fairy monsters and or counter traps with different names of graveyard and place them on the top of your deck in any order. So much counter fairy support. I've been trashing on counter fairies. I casually joked around saying Wiretap was for counter fairies and stuff like that, but it's becoming more and more of a thing. And before counter fairies is the next top deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. That'd be a big omega lol. School was very boring and I wish I wasn't there, but I'm glad I got through it for today. Oh, that's cool. I did not know they got support last year. But yeah, I don't know, this card's pretty neat. It's kind of Sanctuary of the Sky, so you're going to be able to use some of your other counter traps with your counter fairies, which are pretty good. So yeah, it's a decent card for the archetype. Next up, we have Infestation Terminus. Target in a swarm monster you control into cards your opponent controls. Banish the first target, and if you do, return the second targets to hand. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's alright. Like I said, I haven't played that much Evilswarm yet, but it is a pretty neat card. It's kind of like a... I guess it's a little bit like the 6-stam dual style, except for the fact that... actually, no, it is like that. It's exactly like the 6-stam... dual style, except for the fact that it's for the Evilswarm cards instead of that. So yeah, that's kind of neat. The negation meta is here, but I can see Counterfire is a good budget pick for free-to-play players. Yeah, considering it's from a mini box, I can also see that too. Except we're going to talk about the rebirth of parshath. This is our trap counter. When a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated, reveal one counter trap in your hand, discard a card, and pay 1,000 life points to negate the activation. What the? Why is that so much of a cost? And if you do, shuffle that card into the deck, then special summon a parallel monster from your deck or extra deck. I was about to say, this card was ridiculous for the cost, but the good benefit is that you can special summon into this card right here, and then also, I believe, we got some recent cards for, we also got some cards for our synchro ones for the parshath archetype. If I look that up right here. Yeah, so there's a lot of targets we can go into. Because I was about to say, that card's cost, that trap card, Rebirth of the parshath, had way too high of a cost. But yeah, you can go into the Avenging Knight parshath and then the new SR1 that we got in this game. So there's that right there. And thank you so much for the happy late birthday, Darth. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Everybody in the chat, be sure to give some claps and spam some emojis for that donation right there. I strongly appreciate it. Also, Yuto, in Brad's live stream, when I was walking back home, I wanted to donate to Brad $5 in super chat to ask everybody, or to everybody to comment Brad is fat, but YouTube didn't let me post the super chat, so I gave up. So no $5 for Brad, and nobody in the chat to say Brad is fat. Big sad. But yes, thank you so much for the super chat donation. There's been so much support recently on the channel, so I do genuinely appreciate it. It's been crazy how well the channel's been doing. We've been getting so many donations, and there's been so much support on some of my recent videos. I do appreciate it, all of you guys. Let's keep going on today's epic box review. Next up, we're going to talk about the Sanctified Darklord. This is a trap normal card. Send a Darklord monster from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard, and you get the effects of one effect monster in the field till the end of the turn. And if you do, this card gain life point equal to its attack. You only can activate this card once per turn. So this card is decent. Sadly, you can't use this against Xian because Xian would just negate it right away, but I feel like you can definitely use this card before 6-am people go for their combos right there. So I could definitely see this card seeing some play. And what's good about this too is the fact that you send a Darklord to the graveyard. The Darklords in the graveyard are going to be able to combo and special summon with. So I could see this card seeing some play, and you get to gain some life points too, which is really nice. So I like that card. I think it's pretty good. Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. You're right. My bad. Sanctified Darklord. This is the card right here. Trap normal card. Send a Darklord monster from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard. Negate the effects of an effect monster on the field on the turn. If you do, gain life points equal to its attack. You only can activate this card once per turn. Or only one per turn. It's a hard once per turn. But yeah, this card's cool. I think it'll combo well. Stop combos from going off. And you get your Darklord cards in the graveyard. And thank you for reminding me to switch my screen. My bad. Next up, let's talk about Evilswarm Garrett's Tag. This is a dark level 7 fiend effect. You can tribute summon this card in face-up attack position by tributing an Evilswarm monster. When this card is tribute summoned, it's used by tributing a Evilswarm monsters. You can target a card your opponent controls, send the target to the graveyard, and gain 1,000 life points. Yeah, it's actually not that bad. I feel like in most cases the Evilswarm Moth would be better, but I do like this Garrett's Tag also. I think it's a pretty good card too. Peace out, Diggers. Thank you so much for stopping by into the stream. 6-am's meta since 2006. 6-am's been around since 2006? Huh. That makes me feel old. I was only 5 years old when those cards were around. Yeah, let's go talk about Infestation Infection. This is a trap continuous card. Once per turn, you shuffle a swarm monster from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard. Yeah, let me redo that. My throat is dying from reading all these cards very fast. Anyways, though, once per turn, you can shuffle one Swarm monster from your hand or face up on your side of the field to the main deck, and then add one Swarm monster from your deck to your hand. Okay. I mean, it's an alright card. I mean, it is a little bit slow, though, if you think about it, because it is a trap continuous card. If this was like a spell card, this would be insanely good for the archetype, but the fact that it is a trap card is you're gonna have to wait a while in order to use this card. So I'd probably not use it, but I mean, it is good for searching out which Swarm monster you want to activate or search for. So there's that right there. So yeah, it's an alright card. I like it. Next up, we have Sky Scourge Isabel. I don't know, mispronounced that, but this is an Earth level 6 fairy effect. This card cannot be special summoned. If you tribute summon this card by tributing one of the following monsters, this card gains the appropriate effect. If you tribute off a light fairy type monster, negate the effects of all spell cards. Another donation. Here's a happy meal, also a happy late birthday. Brad is thick. And thank you so much, Ghost Fides, for the $5 super chat. Everybody spams more clap emojis for the homie for the donation right there. We've been getting so many donations. I appreciate it, guys. I really do. And is my oh, my alert box isn't on. My bad. I'll wait a little bit and then replay that, and I'll replay the donation so it pops up on the screen. into that. I'll wait like a couple minutes so it pops up in there, because my alert box was off for this, for the display screens right there. Oof. But yeah, this card, I can easily see this comboing decently with both of the fairy cards. And clearly this is a card that's going to be able to combo with the Darklord since they're fairies, and also combo with the parshath cards, which are also fairies. So that's pretty good right there. And what's really nice about this too is that if you combo with the Darklords, you get to negate all trap cards, so which is really nice. And if you're playing the light fairies, you get to negate all the effects of spell effects or spell cards. So yeah, this card is probably going to see some play in both of the fairy decks from this box, Darklords and that. So that's cool. Next up, we're going to talk about X-saber Blade. This is a attribute Earth level 3 insect effect. When this card is destroyed a battle and sent to the grave, especially summon a level 4 or lower X-saber monster from your deck. Okay, that's actually kind of decent. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. We get the special summon more X-saber monsters, which is really spicy. I like it a lot right there. Let me see if it'll replay and work this time. There we go. Thank you so much for that.
Here's a happy
I'm also
meal.
Gonna replay that
Also,
one, so that
happy
didn't pop
late
up on the screen.
birthday. Brad is THICC.
We're gonna replay all the super chats because I don't know if all of them got played.
Happy late birthday.
And the last one from Hunter. Hey, free super chat. I guess I'll use it on you. Big hype right there. Just replaying
Hey,
all
free
of those
super
because
chat.
I don't think they
He'll
got
use
played
it on
earlier in the
you.
stream. Next up, let's go check out X-saber Ragura. This is a Earth level 1 Beast Warrior effect. When this card is normal or special summon, you can add one X-saber monster from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, for a second I thought this was a destroy effect, but yeah, you normal summon this card and you get to add one from your graveyard. Okay, that's not too bad. I like that card. I'm more leaning towards X-saber Blade, but this card's also pretty cool. Next up, let's go take a look at Widespread Dud. This card right here is a trap continuous. Select 2 face-up attack position monsters on the field. When any of the selected monsters are removed from the field, destroy this card. When this card is destroyed, destroy the selected monsters. Oh, that is actually pretty interesting right here. So, yeah, I could easily see this comboing with... Ancient Gears could probably use this. A lot of Ancient Gears player plays the... I forgot what it was called. Was it Double Cyclone? I guess we can take a look at it real quick. Which Cyclone card was it? It was, yeah, Double Cyclone. So, Ancient Gear players could probably use this because some of them run the Double Cyclone right there. So, that could be a decent card to combo with Widespread Dud. Because you just target 2 of your opponent's monsters, pop 1 of your cards, and then pop your opponent's cards and get rid of like 3 monsters on the, or get rid of 3 cards on the board with only 2 of them. That's pretty good. That is right there. Why is Snake Thief laughing my ass off? Dude, it's hit that hype. That's literally what it's called. It's hit that hype because we got donations. That's why the stream alert is so good, is because you're hitting that hype. Now let's go into the end cards of today's box review. I still appreciate we got still around 100 viewers in today's stream. I appreciate it. We won't see Foolish ever, sadly. Which Foolish card are you talking about? What is the legit card called? Because I do not know those Yu-Gi-Oh terms. Anyways, let's go check out this Darklord card right here. This is a level 9 Darklord card. Very effect. If a Darklord monsters you control may destroy a battle card effect, you can discard this card instead. That's pretty good. During each player's turn, you can pay 1,000 life points, then target a Darklord spell trap card in your graveyard, apply the target's effect, and shuffle the target into your deck. You only use this effect once per turn. You'll special summon this card once per turn. I like this card. The fact that you can, one, this is a special summonable Darklord, because it doesn't have that restriction of that can't be special summoned. And if this card, if a Darklord monster would be destroyed a battle card effect, you can discard this card, which is pretty spicy right there. That's a hand trap, so for the most part, it won't get negated. That's a pretty good card. That's for a rare card, or for an end card, that's pretty decent. That is pretty decent right there. Oh, Foolish Burial. Okay. Any Foolish card's a good one. Yeah, I know what Foolish Burial is. Never mind. Because that one, you just target any single card, and then you send it to the graveyard. Dude, they should add it into the extra cards list, guys. Add that Foolish Burial. Oops, regular Foolish. What's up? What's up, Dolphin? Welcome to the stream. What's up, not what's up, but the next card is this Darklord Unicorn looking thing. This is a 6-star fairy effect. You can discard this card and add a Darklord card, then target 1 Darklord card in your graveyard and add it to your hand. During your player's turn, you can pay 1,000 life points, target a Darklord spell trap card in your graveyard, apply that target's effect, and then shuffle that target into the deck. You only can use each effect of this card once per turn. So, yeah, so you can discard this card. I don't really know how I feel about this. Literally all this is discarding this Darklord card just to add another one from the graveyard. So I guess in certain situations that would be pretty decent, but kind of mediocre about this one. Next up we have Darklord edits Ardes or something like that. Not gonna try to pronounce that anymore. This 5-star Darklord monster is a dark fairy with the effect. If this card is special summon from the graveyard against this effect, if this card attacks the defense monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. yeah, it's alright. If you're able to easily spam out a board of 3 Darklord monsters, combo this card with Beatdown, and you're going to be doing a lot of damage. So I like it. You can use it to get back the Darklord resources. Yeah, I guess I could see that. So yeah, I don't know. This card's pretty neat though for the piercing damage. Other than that, nothing too special. Next up, we have Darklord Urko back. This is a level 3 Dark, very effective. This card's normal special summon. You can send a Darklord card from your deck to the graveyard. You only have to use the effect of this card once per turn. Okay, I can see this just starting to get the combos going. You can mill any of your Darklord cards to the graveyard, which is actually pretty decent. So you can use this as a searcher. You can combo back with the Unicorn to search for a very specific Darklord card to add to your hand immediately. So yeah, back and this one could probably combo pretty well together. Now thinking about it, so that's pretty cool. Next up, we have a Darklord Descent. You can pay half your life points, especially summon up to 2 Darklord monsters from your graveyard in defense position with the same level as one of the face of monster opponent control. Dang it, this card would have been so good except for the last restriction. So I still feel like people are going to be able to pop up with this card a lot, but like seriously, pay half your life points, especially summon 2 Darklord monsters in graveyard defense position with the same level as one face up monster opponent controls. God dang it, I had some hopes. Raikou can mistiming Yubel. Whoa, wait. Wait, where's Raikou? I guess we'll see him later. I actually don't know. Raikou can mistiming Yubel. Pay half is fine. SR. Oh, the Lightsworn Hunter. Okay. Raikou, the Lightsworn Hunter. Okie dokie. Raikou's the wolf. The Lightsworn boy. Pay half is fine. I'm fine with the pay half. I just hate the fact where it's like the only way to activate this card is the same level as one face of monster opponent controls. That's the thing that sucks about it. I'm okay with paying half the life points. Oof, right there. Wolf is the wolf. It's a dog. Omega Wolf. Next up, let's go talk about this Queen of the Noble Arms. This is a level 2 light spellcaster with the effect. You can target 1 Noble Knight card, or you can target 1 Noble Knight monster you control, equip, wait, lost track of where I was at. Equip this card for your hand or graveyard to that target. You only can use the effect of this card once per turn. The equipped monster gets a random attack, apply the appropriate effect depending on the attribute of the equipped monster. So if the equipped monster is light, if this equipped monster will be destroyed by a card effect, you can destroy this card instead. That's pretty good. Dark, if the equipped monster battles an opponent's monster, at the start of the damage step, you can destroy a monster, then destroy this card. Okay, I think the light effect is a little bit better in certain situations, but I mean, at least with the second effect, if you equip it to a Dark Noble Knight card, that you are guaranteeing to get rid of one of the monsters if it doesn't have any restrictions. So you can get rid of that big old blue eyes or whatever you're trying to attack to with that card. So yeah, this card's a pretty versatile card. I like it. Next up, we have a Evilswarm Cell. This is a level 1 Dark Fiend with the effect. If you control no monsters, special summon this card from your hand. While this card's face up on the field, it cannot be tributed except for tribute summon Steel Swarm monster, and it cannot be used as a single material monster. Automatically, you can combo Cell with this Gerstag, and then you can combo it with your boy Moth. So combo Steel Swarm Moth, and you're good to go right there. So yeah, that card's all right. Except we're going to take a look at Evilswarm Scouts. This is another level 1 Dark Fiend effect. At the start of your main phase 1, if you control no spell and trap cards, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. You cannot special summon other monsters the turn you activate this effect. While this card is face up on the field, it cannot be tributed except for the tribute summon of a Steel Swarm monster, and it cannot be used as a synchro material monster. I kind of read all of that without even processing it. Very epic right there. Gwen could be searched by Noble Knight Boris. That's cool. I know it was Raikou earlier. Just saw Stone Ancients got hyped instantly. I should have probably put this in the description. Let me put this in the description of the live stream right now before I forget. Okay, so the stream should be updated. If you refresh the stream, you can go take a look at this link for yourself. I should have put that in the stream at the beginning of it. But yeah, it started main phase 1. If you control spell and trap cards, you can special summon the card from the graveyard. Okay, that's kind of decent. So yeah, this is like another card that you can use in order to tribute for the Evilswarm cards, which is kind of nice. Still, I think Evilswarm Soil is going to be easier to summon into in most situations, but yeah, I don't know, kind of cool. Next up, let's go talk about Mystic Clown. Easily the best card from this box. Well, that's girlfriend is Brad. What do you mean? That's not gay. What are you even Yuto? What stuff are you smoking right now? Gotta pass me some of that, because you're on some wild shit, my dude. Anyways, though, let's go talk about your boy, Mystic Clown. Easily the best card in this box. This card is a Dark level 4, so it can combo with all the other Dark cards in this stream. Okay. My little brother just gave me a note and threw it under my bed. Well, I appreciate him not bothering me for the stream. I'll have to go take a look at that later. That threw me off. But yeah, Mystic Clown, broken card. Broken card right there. Next up, we have Golem's Second Call. This is a spell normal card. If you control an X-saber synchro monster, you can target 2 X-saber monsters in your graveyard. Special summon both of those targets, ignoring the summoning conditions, but change their attack to 0. Also destroy them during the end phase of this turn. You only can activate 1 Golem's Second Call per turn, and you cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card. I responded, scroll, my boy. Well, Yuto, what's still confusing me is that you're responding to that comment from the Discord on the live stream. It still doesn't make any sense. Like, you should have just responded in the Discord in the first place and not talk about it in the stream. Big IQ plays. Oh, wait. Oh, you're talking about, oh, Calyx did. Well, I know you have a girlfriend, but you kind of gay. Well, Calyx, I don't have a girlfriend. My bad, Yutso. That was my misunderstanding right there. Because Calyx said the exact same thing in Discord, so that's what I was confused about. And I only read your comment because you're easier to recognize compared to everybody else in the chat. Also, I do not have a girlfriend. I never had a girlfriend, and I am not gay, and I never had a boyfriend. So, there you go right there. I don't even know why Calyx is even commenting that, though, on an epic box review stream. Anyways, though, let's go into Golem's Second Call. If you control an X-saber synchro monster, you can target 2 X-saber monsters in your graveyard, special summon both of those targets, ignoring the summoning conditions, but change their attack to 0. Also destroy them during the end phase of this turn. You only can activate this card per turn, and you cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate your card. I agree, it is epic. But yeah, I don't really know how I feel about this card. The fact that you can attack with this card, it makes it kind of mediocre, and also the fact that you need a X-saber synchro monster on the field in the first place to activate this card is kind of a waste of time in my opinion. Spend your gems for a girlfriend. Is Calyx into you? Probably. But yeah, I don't really like Golem's Second Call. You need a synchro monster on the field in order to activate this card. I mean, yes, you get a special summon some more X-saber monsters, but the fact that you do that and then you can't special summon, or you can't conduct your battle phase during this turn just makes this card even more useless. I just don't see the super benefit of Golem's Second Call. Actually, the only benefit I can see from this card is if you do it on your first turn. If you're able to go for a crazy synchro summon immediately with X-sabers, then I can see this card being used good for a turn 1 opening board. But that's about it. Late game, this card's pretty bad, but I think turn 1, this card's pretty good. That's how we all know why it's into 2D and not 3D. Hey, 2Ds don't betray you. 2D girls don't betray you. 3D girls do. So there's a good reason right there. There you go. Next up, we're going to be talking about Noble Knights of the Round Table. I remember people talking about this card before. I think I remember looking this card up too. Anyways, though, this is a spell filter card. During your end phase, you can activate each of these effects up to once per turn, depending on the total number of Noble Knight cards and different names in the graveyard and or you control. If you have 3 or more... Yeah, so depending on the Noble Knight in the graveyard. Okay, so if you have 3 or more Noble Knights, you can send a Noble Knight card from your deck to the graveyard. If you have 6 or more, you can special summon a Noble Knight from monster from your hand, then equip a Noble Arm spell card from that hand to the monster. 9 or more, target a Noble Knight monster in your graveyard, add that target to your hand. 12, draw 1 card. I mean, I guess. I don't think this card's good. You have to activate this only during your end phase. You can activate each of these effects up to once per turn, depending on the total number of Noble Knight cards, I guess. I mean, it's all right, I guess. You thin out your deck at the beginning, especially some Noble Knights cards, which is nice. But like, especially on Duel Links too, the fact that we only have 20 cards make this kind of like less useful. Round Table can gain you advantage and searchable by Lance. I mean, I guess. I'm mixed about this card. I'm honestly mixed about this card because you got to remember, like, minimum amount of cards in this game is like 20. So, like, it's going to be a tad bit difficult to really pop off with this, and it's going to thin out your deck like crazy. And also, if you go against a mill deck, you're fucking dead. Round Table down, it's such a missed opportunity. So, I don't know. Will we be seeing any more Darklord videos? Wait. Can you specify again? Luigi, like, what do you mean exactly by Darklords? I'm a little bit confused. I need a reminder. I've been consuming so much information, reading every single one of these box cards, so it's hard to keep track with everybody. Next up, though, we're going to talk about Dark Illusion. This is a counter trap card. When this spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated that targets a monster on the field, negate the activation if you do destroy this card. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can combo this with Darklords and it'd be pretty decent, but there's some better Darklord cards in the deck, or I mean, in this box. Still, Dark Illusion's alright. Darklords seem to be a term, Darklords seem to be a term for Darklords. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I want to try out Darklords. I think Darklords seem pretty cool, so I'll definitely give those a shot. I just feel like, see, while I have a feeling that they could possibly be like the next for hires, I feel like it won't be the same and as easy to go into like for hires. But I think we do have enough like special summonal support for the deck, and also there's probably a lot of cards that I haven't even thought of yet that are already existing in Duel Links that will also help out these cards. So I feel like I need to look up some other Dark Fairy cards and see if they can combo decently with Darklords, because we just need to get some cards that special summon easily from the graveyard, and then we can get some really good combos going. The only chase card I want is the Stone card. Yeah, same, dog. I'd like, well, one, I would like to pull one copy of the Shining and then a couple copies of the White Stone of Ancients. I see Black Ghost Dragon main box and Black Wing support coming. Actually, that actually makes a lot of sense. You should write that down, my guy. So then you can reference it when that actually happens. Next up, this is probably my favorite end card out of this box so far, only because of nostalgic reasons. So this is like X-saber Beryllium. This card was like in the starter deck of every single starter deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds from the World Championship games from 2009, 2010, and 2011. So that's why I like this card, is because this was like in every starter deck. It's a generic synchro, which is pretty nice. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent while they have 4 or more cards in the hand, you can place a random card from their hand to the top of their deck. So yeah, I mean, not really going to be used that much considering Duel Links. You start off with 4 cards, and most of the time your opponent only has 1 to 2 cards in hand anyways. So you're not going to be popping out this effect that much, and honestly, this effect isn't really that good in the first place. I just like this card for the nostalgic reasons right there. But I mean, hey, it's a level 7 X-saber card, which is alright, and it is a very generic one too, so you don't need to use X-saber cards as the non-tuners. You can just use any cards in order to summon this card, so that's pretty cool. Colossal Party would be cool, I agree. Next up, we have Minerva, Scholar of the Sky. This is a light level 4 fairy effect. Each time a counter trap card is activated, immediately after it resolves, card gains 5 more attack. And if it does, the Sanctuary Disguise on the field, add a counter trap with a different name from the graveyard to your hand. Yeah, this card's alright. You can get to a 2200 pretty quick, so yeah, I think this card could probably be used a little bit in the counter fairy archetype. I like it. Next up, we have the 1-star tuner for the Noble Knight cards. This is Lady of the Lake. It's an aqua tuner, cannot be used as synchro material except for the synchro summon of a warrior type monster. If this card is used for a synchro summon, you can banish it. When this card is normal summon, you can target a Noble Knight normal monster in your graveyard, special summon that target, and if this card is in your graveyard, you can target level 5 Noble Knight monster you control, reduce its level by 1, and if you do special summon this card from the graveyard. So yeah, this card is definitely going to combo really well with this Noble Knight synchro monster for a lot of reasons right there. So yeah, if this card's used synchro summon, you gotta banish it though, which that does suck right there. If this card is used for synchro summon, you gotta banish it. But yeah, this card is normal summon. You can target a normal Noble Knight normal monster in your graveyard. So the first target that I would honestly see being used the most, let's type in let's go type in Knights real quick, and we're probably gonna see you're probably gonna combo Murdaunt the most. Well, no, actually not really, because that's a normal monster only on the face up on the field. What would be the best combo to go for this then? I guess you just got to use the generic noble ones, huh? Yeah, you just got to straight up use the just generic normal Noble Knight normal monsters in the graveyard. Especially when the target, if this card's in your graveyard, you can target a level 5 noble monster and reduce level by 1, especially on this card from the graveyard. So there's that right there. I don't know, this card's pretty neat. If you get this card, you can get the combos going and get the 5-star synchro summon into this guy, which is pretty nice. And then also, if you have more Ladies of Lakes in the graveyard, you can reduce the level of this Noble Knight monster by 1, special summon a Lady of Lake back to the field to then go for another synchro summon of this Knight of the High. So this is pretty good. Murdaunt is needed in Noble Knights. Are going to make a Legacy stream today. I'm not going to do a Legacy of the Duel stream today, but I do plan to record episode 3 and upload it today. So if I'm available to do it, I will, but I'm a very busy boy. I also have a lot of schoolwork to do too. There is so much stuff I got to do, and I have like 0 time to do it, but I'll try to get stuff done when it comes to everything. I wish the new SR special summon monsters were in Dark Monsters. Mistborn is sadly not compatible. Next up, let's go talk about the last card in this box called Power Angel Valkyria. This is a level 4 fairy effect. If you negate the activation of a spell and trap card or monster effect, add a fairy light monster or a light fairy monster from your deck to your hand. You only use the effect of Power Angel Valkyria once per turn. Okay, it's nothing too crazy. I think I like the Scholar a little bit more when it comes to that, but hey, it is there. Calc midterms, woo. I don't have those midterms, but you have fun with those, Yuto. I mean, next month, or I mean, at the end of this month, I'll have my finals, so that'll be a lot of fun. Oh, boy. For Synchro, Hope Nordic is added soon. Noble Knight is the only normal Noble Knight. I see. So that's the one that you're gonna have to combo then if you're gonna want to go for the plays. Oops, not Nobler. You can see an archetype called Nobler. Yeah, you're right. Oh no, there's this one right here. Yeah, that's the only one. Worm Noble. What a broken card. What a broken card. But yeah, I think that's going to be wrapping up today's box review on the Lords of Shining mini box. I appreciate every one of you guys for stopping by. We have a little bit less than 100 people, but we still have around 88 viewers, so I appreciate all of you guys for stopping by. But I'm going to be wrapping up today's stream right here because we finished off all those cards. I guess for everybody watching this on YouTube afterwards, and if you watch the end of this video, be sure to go to the comment section down below and tell me what you guys think of this mini box. I don't know if this mini box is going to bring any broken decks, but we'll have to wait and see once this thing comes out on April 30th. But I do have some hope for Darklords. I think Darklords, if some people crack the code for this archetype, they can be pretty spicy. And I'm also really looking forward to combo Elemental Hero the Shining with the existing Neo support, and then also trying out the White Stone of Ancients and see if Blue Eyes can get that little bit of a boost from the White Stone of Ancients to really pop off again in the meta. Probably not though. But yeah, and counter fairies are looking like a thing too. Like there's a lot of cool stuff in this box. I think there's something in this box for a lot of players. So there's that right there. If you guys enjoyed today's stream, if you're watching this, right now live on the stream, or if you're watching this at the end of this, video sort of thing, be sure to hit that like button on the stream down below. Subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Related content, and I'll go see you guys in the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Live stream or whatever I decide to do next. Peace out, everybody.